Testing, testing.
Any no or objection is an opportunity for us to move the deal forward. Most of my clients, most of the people watching these videos understand that the average retail car customer has to say no or object somewhere between 4 to 7 times before psychologically they're even in a position to make the buying decision. So no's are actually our friends. I know for me, it's much easier to close a sale when someone says no than it is when the customer never gives me an objection. So remember, it's key to remember that whenever the customer brings up something that has to do with intent, timing, or terms of owning our product, it is an opportunity to close. It's an opportunity to get them to say to themselves, I think I'd like to move forward just a little bit further. So I'll give you some examples. We already did at the beginning where the customer says, I'm just looking, I'm not going to be ready for 3 months. Just got started, first place I've shopped. We've heard them all. A really all-purpose response to that is, I totally get that. At least we know you're normal, because that's what most people do. What I've discovered is most people, all they really want to do is find a car they like, get figures on it, and think about it. Is that what you had in mind? When they say yes, be happy to help you with that. So 5 minutes further into the transaction, they say, like I said, I'm not really ready. I'm really not ready. But just give me a basic idea. What's your best price on that vehicle? What did they just talk about? Terms. So now 5 minutes into the deal, you don't want to go, gee, is this the car you want to own? You don't want to try to narrow the objection to try to commit because you haven't built value and built rapport. What you're really trying to do is get the customer to say, I'd like to move forward a little bit further. So when they ask, what's your best price on that car, that's literally the easiest part of my job. Literally adjusting numbers, because it's supply and demand. That changes all the time, and so the numbers change all the time. That's literally the easiest part of our job is adjusting numbers. Literally. There is one thing, however, Dave, that we absolutely can't adjust. And that's your taste. So first, let's find just the right car for you, and then we'll go inside and I'll show you how easy it is to do business here. Make sense?
Makes sense.
When the customer says makes sense, what do they just commit to?
Going inside.
Finding a car and getting to the negotiations. Look, I understand how important each step of the sale is. I totally get that. The greeting is really important, and determining the customer's needs and doing a thorough product presentation, building value in the things that the customer said they place value in. Trial closes. You said you wanted more room. Is this the kind of room you were hoping for in your next car? I totally get that. The demo ride, way important. To help them take mental ownership of the vehicle, and then walking them through service, introducing them to people, selling the dealership. I totally get how every step is important. Every step, however, is designed to do one of two things. Help the customer pick out a car they like to own and get to the negotiations. So whenever they bring up an objection, whenever they start to negotiate, we need to first make sure that there's an exchange between two people, so it's an actual close, not just selling. And we get them to say to themselves, I think I'd like to move forward a little bit further. So let's measure this last one. Remember, we're going to be measuring them. That's the easiest part of my job, adjusting numbers. We do that all day long. I can't adjust your taste, however. First, let's find just the right car for you. Then we'll go inside and I'll show how easy it is to do business here. Fair enough? When they say yes? Okay, now let's measure it. Whose interest do I have at heart?
Customers.
Yeah, customers, right? Do I sound easy to do business with?
Absolutely.
Way easy. Do I sound competent? Do I sound confident? Measures up.
Away we go.
The idea really is just to make it easy for them to take action on a decision they've already made. And that is the mindset of the immediate need prospect today. And actually to a greater or lesser degree, that's the mindset of a long-term prospect as well. And there's going to be a percentage of the people who just want a shot at the $1 million that just may be swayed the further we get them through the process. The biggest impediment, in my opinion, the biggest impediment to the close will be the objection that exists between the salesperson's ears. Trying to guess who is the immediate need prospect, who is the long-term prospect, and who is the guy that just wants the $1 million. The fact is, unless they're clairvoyant, they're not going to know. And I think actually a more important question is, if they are clairvoyant, why are they selling cars?
Testing.